Okay. Hey, welcome. Welcome. My name's Peg Tucker, and I'm really excited and honored to be here with my business partner and mentor, Paul Capozio. And we're going to get into, Paul, thank you for being here, first of all.
Very well.
And I really want to get into home-based business and digital distribution. But before we do, if you could tell our listeners a little bit about your background, Paul.
Sure. So um, don't get too excited. It's a regular everyday story, but it has a really good ending. So I grew up street kid in New Jersey, as you could hear it in my voice. I was born in Hoboken, New Jersey, and the minute Frank Sinatra was born and the game of baseball was invented, all the potential came out of that city. After that, so there's not much left for me. Went on, started out, went to high school, never went to college. I don't know. A lot of people don't know that about me or don't think that about me, but I wanted to get into the workforce right away. And I got into construction like most guys of my size do. And I worked in, regular heavy construction. Then I was an electrician for a while. And I noticed that payroll was a challenge. So I learned how to do payroll for my employees. My next door neighbor where I grew up was a plumber. Well, up the street a little bit was a plumber. He was having challenges with his payroll. He got in trouble with the IRS. He didn't pay taxes properly. He's paying guys cash under the table. And it came back to bite him. And I started doing his payroll. And after about 5 or 6 years, we built this payroll company that was specializing in construction. And I realized, and that was my first introduction to residual income, that instead of me working and busting my butt, I could be paying the people who are busting their butt, make a small percentage of every paycheck that's going out there. And all I needed to do was satisfy my customers, right? So we built that business. Now, fast forward, there's a lot more to the story, but I don't want to bore everybody. I sell that company. It has a few changes. I bring on a few partners, and we sell that company to a big outfit in New York City. We were billing maybe about $3 or $4 million a year in total payroll, and I sold it to him. We got it up to about 15 million, sold it to him. They were doing about 350 million. And he says to me, "What are you going to do now?" And I said, "To be honest with you, I'm going to go build another one of these. I'm going to come back and sell it to you." And he goes, "No, no, no. Way too expensive of a proposition. I want you to come work for me." Now, in my mind, I haven't received a W-2 and I wasn't somebody's employee for a long time. So mentally, I said, well, look, if I can do it as an independent and not really your employee, but let's some sort of a partner or something, I think I could make myself, do that. I need that motivation. I need to be, feeling that, I eat what I kill, right? And he did that. We worked out a great deal, and we started to build that company. We took it to $1.5 billion, traded on the NASDAQ stock exchange, and great, right? Everything's fantastic. I'm there for 15 years or so, and everything's rocking and rolling. And then he gets into a battle with his finance company, right? They were challenged about what we were using our lines of credit for. They get into a big battle. They put us in receivership. And within 3 months, a $1.5 billion NASDAQ traded company was bankrupt. Linda and I, now you know my wife, Linda, we had $13 million worth of stock in this company. Overnight, it was worthless. So we did really well. We took a lot of our own customers and we went back and formed our own company again. And we got rolling, and that company still exists today. It's one of my streams of income that we're going to talk about. I'm a big believer in multiple streams of income. But it taught me not to put all my eggs in one basket. It taught me that you need side hustles, whether you're making $1,000 a week for this and you got another little side hustle that's giving you $50 or $100 a week, it's still income. And then Linda and I went in about 7 years ago and decided to kind of semi-retire a little bit. And I said, well, I don't want to be drawing down on what I've already made. I'd like to have some sort of active retirement plan. People talk about buying an Airbnb or something. You want to get into what's called positive cash flow as fast as possible, meaning you got more money coming in than going out on that property. Well, I wanted my retirement to be the same thing. I wanted at least equal to the money coming in on a monthly basis that I had going out. So now I have positive cash flow in my retirement. You could do that simply with a lot of these home-based businesses and these online businesses. And then I actually, because we're involved in one together, that, I've become a little bit of an expert in that because of all my years of training on Wall Street. My office was 14 Wall Street when we were doing the payroll side of it. I realized that I went from that me mentality, you know, our houses, our boats, our cars. I mean, we literally had that lifestyle, and it was me, 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 to the we mentality. And it's been phenomenal helping people start their entrepreneurial journey. And I know this sounds like a lot of hype to certain people, but I'll prove it to you. Peg, actually, you're one of those people that we talk about, that we started, that you didn't even think you'd really like to do some of these things that you're doing. And now you're hosting podcasts, and you're being interviewed on, you know, from financial people's podcasts and everything else about home-based business. And it's just about, you can do that. And what the beauty of home-based business is, if you work together with people that you like to work with, right? We get to pick who we want to do our financial journey with, right? We're not going to introduce this to someone we don't like. We're going to introduce this to people that we do like, and then we get to work together. You can't pick who's in the cubicle next to you at work if you just get hired to a company, but here you can. So this, and we'll get into that. There's so, I'm going on and on, but there's so many great, so many great possibilities and potential, and there's so many great features to doing something like this, that it's worth an investigation. That's what I tell people. Yeah. You could tell me no, just take a hard look first. Don't think you know. Let us show you, and then the rest is easy.
Yeah, I totally. I you know, it's so powerful what you said, Paul. You know, about how things, this has changed me. This has really changed my life completely. And what I would love to ask you is, what comes to mind is, I'm sure that you have been approached many times over the years with opportunities like this. What is it about the company that you and I are in that made you say yes?
Well, I mean, I knew conceptually about these affiliate plans and these, you know, you could join together with a bunch of people and everybody's working together and everybody makes money, and you know, you can make a small percentage of everyone else's paycheck if you just help them grow, right? Well, that was the business I was in. So that's the first thing I liked about the industry. What I didn't like about the industry is that, because I was always aware of it, what I didn't like about the industry was, if I can get a protein shake or a lipstick or a fat loss thing on, and now with Amazon, it's even harder, that I can go to my local store. Why am I going to buy it through some sort of multi-tiered situation? It had to be with a product or a suite of products that were unique to the industry, right? Category creating products. So that was important. It had to be category creating. And then it had to be that there's no other way to get it. Nobody could knock it off. Nobody could have a cheaper version. You know, it has to be unique. Otherwise, that we don't have a value, right? There is a personal shopper aspect to it. Some people, you know, just like to be taken care of. So they want to be able to call somebody up, put an order in. And that's something that this business can provide, right? You become like a personal shopper for people. You're the expert on your product or service that you provide, right, in a home-based business, mm-hmm. and people rely on that. So that's what I saw here. I saw here that, okay, I can help other people. As you could tell, I think I'm a pretty decent communicator, right? So if I have to tell you why you should buy this lipstick over that one, I could probably do it, even though I'd never demo the lipstick, right? But I could tell you why it's a better lipstick. Well, the average person that's never been an entrepreneur, why put them through that hassle of having to explain something of why this is better than something you can get anywhere else? But they could talk about a unique product. Everybody talks about unicorns. Well, you know, we truly have a unicorn product and suite of products that we could prove. And I think that makes it easier for the person just getting started. The beauty of this business is anyone can do it, literally hit the ground running, because of the support factor that we have. The other thing I liked about it from a business standpoint, and you know, I recruit a lot of business owners and business professionals into the business that want what I want, you know, active retirement, is the ability to scale. Every time we opened up an office for the financial payroll company that we had, we're on Wall Street, then we're in California, then we're in Ohio, and then we were everywhere. You know, some of our clients, I've had clients like FedEx and Maersk Shipping Lines. These are Fortune, 500 companies. We had to be where they were. That was very expensive. But for me, and if you know, like, you're in upstate New York, right? We have somebody in the North Pole, Alaska. We have people in all parts of Asia, China, Hong Kong, Japan, Australia, New Zealand. And that's a very limited, because all I need to do is introduce myself to someone over there who has the entrepreneurial spirit. And today with social media, everybody wants to be a side hustler. Everybody wants to be a Kardashian, you know, where it being an influencer, but you need something to monetize that, right? So, I
Right.
mean, you know, I don't know if you want me to, let me just go one more second. So
Yeah,
to monetize it, most people are like, okay, now you have to go and you have to create a product or create some sort of a service or something that you could sell. Then you have to set up the mechanism, be able to take the money for it and ship it out and do all of that. When really all you want to do is make duck lips on Facebook, right? Or on Instagram or TikTok. And you want to do this. So you need a self-contained system that you could plug into, kind of like a franchise, right? Why do
right.
people buy a McDonald's? Because everybody knows McDonald's. It's standardized. And if you buy one, they teach you exactly what to do. And that's what we do here. We teach you exactly what to do. 5 simple steps every single day. Get it done out of your way and get on with your day.
So if people are curious, I'd like to invite them right now to, first of all, share this with someone you think,
Sure.
you know, might be interested in this. And also, if you comment the word video, we'll send you a quick 4-minute video. And I'm doing, at the end of the month, I'm doing a drawing for everyone who comments video. I'm doing a drawing for a bottle of our flagship product.
Oh, wow.
So we'll put your name in there. And also, we have on Wednesday evenings, we do a regular Zoom meeting that we'd love to have you join us. Just come be a fly on the wall, hear what we're doing, what we're all about. And Paul, I'd love to hear from you who you feel like, if people are listening thinking, I'm curious about this, who do you feel is a good fit for this? Like, what do you feel are the attributes someone would have that would do well with this?
So it's a really, really great question, because people are saying, if this is for me, it's not for me. And I think the Wednesday meeting is great. Come, don't buy anything, join anything. Just take a listen to what we're doing and see if it's for you. No's okay, as long as you took a hard look first. And people will say, well, we have doctors in our business, lawyers, accountants. We have, you know, business professionals like myself. We have stay-at-home moms. We have single moms. We have single dads. People, you know, they thought their son was an absolute idiot. And meanwhile, he gets accepted to Harvard and they didn't put money away for Harvard, right? So what are they going to do? They're scrambling. There's some sort of an impending event. But we think we're going to say, well, because Peg just brought in 3 doctors, we're going to go after doctors. No. What you're looking for are dissatisfied people, people that want something more or want to make some sort of a change. So they're dissatisfied maybe with their financial situation, right? They want a little extra money, or they want a lot of extra money. Okay. You know, we were fortunate enough that in our first year in this thing, we made 6 figures. Now, not everyone can do that, but to be honest, you can really outpace inflation with this very, very quickly. You know, you're spending $1 to $2 more for a gallon of gas, and you pump in, you know, 50 gallons of gas a week. Well, we can help you with that to get started. And from there, you'll see how you could do it. Most people, this is a real crisis right now. And I'll get into who else to look for. People have a little bit of a nest egg, right? They put away $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. What's happening now is you're working on your job, you're making the same income, but inflation is making people dip into that little emergency savings account or that complete savings account. It's a very dangerous thing to do. So we have the ability to help you leave that money alone to take care of some of this weekly stuff. Then we could talk about making big money. If you made $27 a day, right, which doesn't seem far-fetched, that's 10 grand a year, right? $270 a day is 100 grand a year. So you figure out where you want to be, but let's start at the 20, and then we'll get you to the next spot. So that's financially dissatisfied people. Maybe people are dissatisfied with their career, right? It's dragging it out. It's been too long, going to the same place every single day. It doesn't have to be that you don't like it. You just have some dissatisfaction. Don't wait for the walls to be caving in to start your side hustle, because then it's too late. All right. And then 2 other more. So you have people that are just like me. I'm retired. I don't want to be retired. I'm never going to be retired. Semi-retirement was for me that I'm going to take an extra hour off a day instead of, only half the day off. So I was dissatisfied with the challenges in my life. And there are other people who just have fun doing this. We have a sense of community. And there's people like, look, I'm just dissatisfied with the level of fun and camaraderie in my life. And here are people who are all aligned in the same thing about wanting to do better. And I want to be around those people. If you can't change your friends, change your friends, So that's just my thoughts on that, Peg.
Yeah, I love, what you're saying is, basically positive people who want more out of life. You know, whether it be in more fun or more travel or more money, which more money allows some of the other things. But yeah, so if you're watching this now, like I said, if you are curious, comment the word video. We'll send you a quick video. And comment the word Zoom if you'd like to come and join us on our Wednesday meetings. We keep it really light and fun. We also have recordings of those too. So we just, you know, our job is to get the information to you, to create awareness that change is possible. So, so Paul, thank you so much for your time today, and our viewers, thank you so much for hopping on. If you're curious and you don't know Paul or I, please get back to the person who shared this with you.
Thank you so much, everyone. So long. We'll see you at the top.
Thank you.